Let's get into it. Coach Colin here. I've been telling you guys for a while about the manufactured hype that is all around Kamala Harris. And you know how it's manufactured. It's because these people pop out of nowhere and they get elevated in their career for supporting these people. This happened with Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, now Kamala Harris. They get elevated. And you'll notice that it's not manufactured because when someone does it on Trump's side, they lose things. They lose opportunities, income, possibly jobs, possibly talent agencies. They get branded as far right. They get branded as an extremist, sexist, racist, misogynistic. They get branded as all these things where you look at it and you go, there's no amount of money he could possibly be giving them for them to be ostracized out of Hollywood or, journalism, media, wherever it is that these people come from. So the hype around Kamala is very manufactured, and there's proof. People are starting to come forward. There's a big time streamer. You probably don't know who this guy is unless you're somebody who's younger. His name's Adin Ross. And he decided to come out on his stream and let people know, because he's very connected to the hip hop community, a lot of rappers, what Kamala Harris and her campaign is actually doing. Listen to this.
I have so much love and respect for Quavo as an artist. I really wish I didn't see what Quavo did. Kamala Harris is DMing rappers. She DM'd Snot. Snot posted on Twitter, which I respect Snot for doing. She's trying to endorse rappers to come and do it. Megan Thee Stallion and Quavo, they probably took a bag to go to the conference and stuff. It's sad, bro. It's really, really sad. I wish they didn't do that. But that's why it's free Tory. And again, guys, it is what it is. It is what it is. And again, if Trump were to do that, have Megan Thee Stallion twerk I have so much love.
So he's talking about Quavo, Megan Thee Stallion. If you don't know who they are, they're just people in the hip hop community, completely immersed in depravity and gun violence within their music. Kamala Harris had them perform at Atlanta because that's what you do. When you're just catering to black people, when you're just trying to trick them into thinking that you're a part of their community, that's what you do. You say who shakes it and who's a gangster, and let's just get them on stage, and that's it. Let's have them twerk and just talk. That'll be perfect. That's what black people like, right? That's exactly what you do. Now, there was a little bit more. The tweet that he's talking about, this person actually exposed their DMs because they were kind of shocked. They weren't a Kamala Harris supporter, as Kamala's camp probably thought, and they were like, friend, I'm running for president, and there's a whole little spiel that they lay out. Now, that's very interesting because this shows as well that Kamala is just like Joe Biden, and she does not run her social media. I'm sure we all could have guessed that. There hasn't been enough word salad tweets coming from her for us to really recognize that it's authentically her. You know what I mean? So, and plus, you can't cackle. She was like, can I cackle? Is there a cackle button? And they're like, no, Miss Harris, there's no cackle button. She's like, all right, well, you just handle it yourself then. So her camp has been reaching out to artists, rappers, media, all sorts of people trying to manufacture this hype. This is one of those people, Quavo, that she got. He's a part of the group called the Migos. There used to be 3 of them. One of them died to gun violence, and now there's only 2 of them left. And instead of changing their lives around, they both just fully embraced gun culture even more.
And you can't understand the struggles of gun violence if you're not in the field or in the heart of it. So one thing I learned about working with Vice President Harris is she always stand on business.
He's saying she always stands on business, and you can't understand gun violence unless you're in the heart of it. And then there's videos that people are making where it cuts to him literally holding a gun with a chainsaw on it while a song called Shooter plays in the background, where he's instructing a shooter to take somebody out who's in the bushes. Don't even get me started on hip hop and these people. Meg Thee Stallion, she was somebody who actually performed at that. I can't actually play the music. She performed. And of course, would you want? Yeah, of course you want her to twerk with her tongue out. Of course. Look at this old guy and look at this old lady in the background. Like, that's what they want to see. They want to see some girl twerking in front of their faces. Are you serious? This is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So that's what they thought everybody wanted to see. And forget having her stand there and actually talk about, the change that could be coming. They were like, no. We just want you to do exactly what you're known for. Please just twerk. Make sure your tongue's out while you do it. Absolutely ridiculous. Very sad to see. But the thing about this is, not only did Adin Ross come forward and talk about what he's seeing Kamala Harris do, not only are we seeing these people who are clearly clearly getting paid by Kamala Harris and by extension the DNC, there's actually somebody who was reached out to as well. Amanda Seales. She's more a commentator of sorts, and she was reached out to, but it didn't go as planned for Kamala. Kamala reached out to her herself, and she's actually spilling the beans on the conversation that they had. Listen to this.
Clips of Kamala Harris stating things. I don't need politicians to state things. I need politicians to do things. When I met with Kamala Harris after she summoned me, I said to her straight up, you talk out two sides of your neck and we don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Kamala Harris who's trying to shut me the fuck up. Because I told her straight up that I feel like she is disingenuous in her messaging. And she said to me, well, you're being too critical. And I said, I am a voter. I'm supposed to be critical. That's my job. And I want to see actions. She said, well, how am I supposed to talk about racism in America without calling Americans racist? I said, well, first of all, there are many racist Americans. But there's also policy, legislation, institution, and systems that are racist that need to be addressed. They need to be addressed. And if you're not going to do that in an actualized way and in a loud, bold way, people will never really know where you're coming from. Well, you can't tell me how I feel. So I'm not telling you how you feel. I'm telling you how you sound. I'm telling you how you sound. Okay? The truth is that you should always question your source and what are their intentions.
Very, very interesting stuff. Now, this is the thing. And, I can get into a whole lesson of communism and everything, but there's always two waves of communism. Okay. I'm not exactly linking. I think Kamala is a Marxist, but I'm just saying what they used to do in these regimes is they would have people who were radical, very quick to talk like this woman's talking, policy, change, all this stuff. These institutions, they're racist. They need to come down. They need to be revamped. They always had people like that. And when the second wave came, whoever got put in charge, they would do away with people like this because these people would do this because this woman's very left-leaning. She is radically left-leaning. And now Kamala's not left enough for her. And she's now calling out Kamala. I love to see it. Because Kamala's not in charge yet. So she still needs people like this. But the second she gets in charge, you push people like this to the side 100% because they're too quick. They're too quick to do exactly what this woman's doing. She had a phone conversation with Kamala, which you think would be private. And she's like, no, I'm going to Instagram. I don't care. You didn't say the things I like. And that's what we do in the left. Doot. And she just went ahead. Okay, let's go live. Absolutely amazing. That's what happens. So I don't agree with what the lady was saying, but I just find it very interesting that she even says, when I was summoned by Kamala Harris, she's so ingrained, she's so attached, so aligned with Hollywood and these people that she can just summon a woman like this. And you know what she wanted her to do? She wanted her to endorse her. She wanted her to go on live and say disparaging things about Donald Trump and Project 2025 and link those two together somehow and say JD Vance is weird. She wanted all that stuff. And this girl was like, no. She's like, no. You have to tear down the police departments first. You have to revamp all the policies. You got to give black people reparations. She's like, you have to do all of that before I back you. Talking out of two sides of her mouth. That's right. One side is Indian, the other side's black. And this lady heard the Indian side too much, and now she wants to hear the black side in full force. She wants the black side to have an afro and a southern accent. That's what happens. But I just show you guys all this to show you that this hype is very manufactured. And it's listen, you know, however you feel about Ben Shapiro, he did say one thing. He said this is a sugar high that the left is on right now. This is a sugar high that Kamala Harris is on right now. And after the debates, it's going to wear down a bit. And once more black people start saying, what are you actually going to do for us? Because we actually have Donald Trump saying he wants to do a bunch of stuff for us. But we don't have you saying you want to do anything for us. He keeps saying, he goes to the South Bronx, he goes to the bodegas, he goes in front of these black journalists and gets attacked. Also, he can hear, so we can hear him more. And you just keep on bringing us people twerking and guys who are gangsters. And you expect us to just vote for you based on that. Believe me, black people are starting to wake up, man. They're not playing around. And the thing is, more black people wake up and then more black people speak. And other black people will listen to these people because they're just regular people. They're just like me. There's a bunch of people online who are just like, I'm not going for this, and this is why. And other black people are open. And a discussion is being had about Kamala. It really is. It's very interesting to see play out. Very, very interesting. And you know what? I can even show you this clip. Look at this. Like this. Who posted this? Officer Tatum just posted this. Check this out.
Is Kamala going to make you a little more likely or less likely to vote Democrat?
Well, hold on, wait, first, Ray, hold on, Ray. Is Kamala black? Yes or no?
I'm going to let her speak on that. But to me, no.
Oh, is Kamala black? Yes or no?
I share that same view.
Wow, is Kamala black? Yes or no?
I heard she was. I heard she's half black and half Asian.
When I played that audio on my SiriusXM radio program on Thursday, many callers who self-identified as African American were quick to tell me that those men were the exception, not the rule. Some described them as low information voters, no different than you'd find among whites.
Low information voters. Oh, he's trying real careful. He doesn't, you see, if they were white, he would just be like, they're racist, uneducated. You know how those people are. Because it's a bunch of black guys, he's like, black people said that those guys are low information voters. Very interesting. But there you go. These guys, people are starting to realize. They're starting to realize. They're starting to be like, who is this person that's actually in front of us? Who are we actually voting for? And what are they actually planning on doing? You know, at least Trump's not doing the let me get. Trump, believe me, Amber Rose was at the RNC. Amber Rose can twerk. Believe you me, okay? I've seen her career over the years. She can twerk. No twerking from Amber. They had her nice and covered up, even had her tattoos covered up. They weren't playing around. They just wanted messaging from her. Trump could be playing these games and really having black, but every time you see a rapper endorsing Trump, it's always words. It's not rapping, it's not dancing around, it's none of that. It's a little different. He's not playing around. He actually wants to do stuff for black people. Kamala Harris just wants the black vote. It's a big difference. And I think we've seen this time and time again. The Democrats just feel like they own black people. They really do feel like we own, you guys just ride with us. Those people are racist. End of story. You don't get to ask questions. People are starting to ask questions. Anyways, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Other than that, I'm out.